Well, cheers and happy holidays, guys. I know I missed you for Thanksgiving, but at least I got Christmas and New Year's covered. For Thanksgiving, took a little road trip up to sunny Wisconsin, Milwaukee area to visit our son. Yeah, sunny. Get up in the morning, the chill factor is -2. That's not a summer vacation spot for sure. Not even a good winter one because there wasn't enough snow to do any snow skiing or even cross-country skiing. But we had a great visit and great time up there visiting with our son, our daughter-in-law, our granddaughters. Oh, one of the granddaughters, Becky, got a little puppy. And I mean really little. One of these little Dachshunds. So while she was working, we kind of dog sat or babysat for the puppy. And I'll tell you what, I'm not a pet person, but this is a cute little dog. But not potty trained, you know? So we had this little playpen area trying to work with her and stuff, but man, that's a lot of work. You got to stay on top of that. Either that or you're cleaning up or listening to barking all the time. But it was a good time. Got to visit my sister and brother in the Chicago area. Took a little trip down to they only live a few miles from Lake Michigan. So I drove down there. And you know, that's an interesting lake. There's a sandy part of the beach. There's a rocky part of the beach. And, you know, Milwaukee is on the west side of the lake, so it doesn't get a lot of the big waves like the east side would get. A couple days before we were there were 20-foot waves on that lake. And I guess it was coming out of the northwest, so, you know, building that fetch going down toward the Chicago area. Man, that got to be brutal. I mean, I've been out on Lake Ontario in 8 to 10 footers, and it's not like here on the bay or the ocean. There's no rhyme or reason to what direction it's omnidirectional waves. It really, really gets rough up there, but it's a pretty area. And look, there was even a little bit of fall foliage still there while we were visiting. And then when we got back, I know it got cold because I was watching the weather while we were there for 2 weeks. This is what happens when you don't think it's going to get cold. This is what happens to the herb garden. Devastation. Now, it's still kind of chilly down here. It's not as cold as it was that one cold snap that we had. But we have had a lot of winds. We have had several days of gale force winds, gale warnings. And even today, I mean, the wind has just been blowing all day for 2 days now. And look at how low this tide is. And look at the water coming through here, coming out of Mill Creek, going out into the bay. Man, that is moving. But now here, you see in the marina, I'm not rocking at all. It's all protected for the most part. So that's good. But this cold got me to thinking, remembering back in, I think it was 09 or 2010, we had the Mon Cherie, our 4087 Bayliner. We kept it in Baltimore. We were living on it. Holy cow, did we have a snowstorm that year. I mean, look at this. It just destroyed things. Biminis, to dig out from the boat, honest to God, on the pier, guys, the snow was over knee deep that we had to dig out of. And I don't think they've had a snow like that since then. And then got rid of that boat. I got the smaller sailboat here in 2014. When I got this boat, I sailed from Rock Hall to Norfolk. Now, I should have kept going. I mean, I got to get out of this winter. Next year, I got to get south. I've been procrastinating on it for a couple of years now because of family obligations or other things that I had to get done. One of them was health reasons at one point. But next year, got to get out of here. In fact, I even took a part-time job for this winter here just to make sure I got enough cash to get south. Now the boat's in pretty good shape. Oh, the stuffing box, that stopped leaking until I start the engine and put it in gear. I think then it'll probably start leaking again. So I still got to get that fixed. The water heater, I mean, I had that for over 10 years, was working great. I jinxed it, did a little video on how great everything was working. A week later, it stops working. So now I got to put a new water heater in. I mean, you don't have to have one. And technically, if I ran the engine for 15 or 20 minutes, I'd have hot water. It's just the electric part of it that's not working, you know, and I have it run through the engine heater. But that's really not going to work out real well either for us because we do spend quite a bit of time at marinas and not a lot out anchoring. So probably in February I'll work on that, get that going a little bit, a couple other little projects on the boat. But overall, the boat's been doing good. I mean, you know, we're still afloat. Yeah, I want to give a special shout out too to my YouTube buddy Mike, who has a channel called An Old Man Thing. He lives in Wisconsin, but Wisconsin, you know, it's a big state. It was a long drive for either one of us to try to get together at that point, and with the holiday season, it just didn't work out. But I'll put a link in it. It's really kind of funny. The Old Man Thing at the Frog and Toad pub. It's kind of like his man cave. He built this thing. You got to look at it. Check it out. I mean, this is really pretty neat. And on the outside, he's even got a little tiki bar. Now, Mike, I know you asked me to do a little ukulele thing there for you for the tiki bar, and I tried and I tried. I am so bad at I couldn't put three notes together to make it sound halfway decent. I'm sorry. I'm worse at the ukulele than I am at singing, although I'm not bad at singing, you know. Like it's a wonderful life. But anyway, you get the idea. I'm sorry. I think it would hurt your channel rather than help it if I played the ukulele for you. But Mike, he's got a lot of good stories, guys. It doesn't have anything to do with sailing, but it's got a lot of good, funny things to do with life. So check that out. I'm going to keep working on the boat, getting things ready to go for next year, and keep you up to date as to what's happening with life on shore and on the boat. Well, until next time, guys, happy and safe boating to you, your family, and friends. Happy holidays. Cheers.